Hello friends, it is still June Dairy Month 2023. A few years back we shared a couple of videos about our favorite ice cream maker after we were so disenchanted with the White Mountain product that used to be good years ago, but now it's not. We made a video or two, brought some cousins in, and we made some ice cream, and just so delicious. So we're using the Good ice cream maker, so we want to revisit that because we are still in love with it several years later. We like the hand crank, the portability, and we just want to revisit and let y'all know why we like it so much.
Put a video out about the unboxing of the Good ice cream freezer. We wanted to get back with you since we've used it several times and kind of give you a little review or feedback on what we've experienced. We really love this ice cream freezer. First of all, it's very simple. It's very easy to crank. The gear system inside is really good. It's all stainless steel, so it makes it easy to crank. I mean, you can see I've been cranking for about 10 minutes now, and I'm just using a finger. I'm not really having to put a lot into it to crank this for it to work right now. It's got a really thick insulated bucket so that it helps it to stay cold. Another thing I really like is that it has a clear lid. That way, as I'm cranking, I can look into the lid to see how the ice cream is coming along, so that I know. Makes it easier to know when it's ready. It's got an outer beater and that scrapes the ice cream off of the side of the can when it freezes, but it's also got a centerpiece that moves in the opposite direction so that it keeps things moving inside so that it's not getting hung up and getting thick at one spot and thin at another spot. It is an Good, and the one we have is an 8-quart. They come in, I think they come in 6 and 8 quart. There may even be a smaller one, maybe a 4 quart, I'm not sure. We got a manual crank machine because we just like to do it that way. But you can also get an electric motor to put on here if you choose to do it that way. Once you get it made, it will keep the ice cream frozen for a longer time. I know in our past, and probably in yours, and you may be doing this now, once you get your ice cream frozen, you're not necessarily ready to eat it right away, but you kind of freeze it, and then you go and do a few things, and then come back to your ice cream. And I know in our past, we've always had to put like beach towels or bath towels over the top to kind of hold the cold in. But one thing that I love about the Good, and this is an extra piece, you have to buy this extra, but I think it's well worth the money, is a stainless steel lid. This is a stainless steel insulated lid, and when I get through freezing the ice cream, I can pull the crank assembly off, I can take the top off, pull the beaters out, put the top back on, and then I can put this on. And as you see right here, it has the tabs on it that it'll lock down on here in place, just like the crank locks down when you're cranking. And what that does is it doesn't make an airtight seal, but it helps keep the cold in until you're ready to eat it. In fact, we made some ice cream a few months ago, and we made it, we ate some. After we got through, we filled the maker up with ice and put the lid on it and let it set out overnight, and the next morning the ice cream was still frozen, and actually had frozen to a harder state than it had when we when we had finished it and were eating it. So that's a real good feature that I love. Like I said, you do have to buy that lid separate, but I think it's well worth the money to get the lid.
This is my sister. Thank you for letting us come and use your backyard because we are backyard squatters. We're having Marmy's Rich Vanilla Ice Cream tonight, which we can find in From Katie's Kitchen Cookbook. How does it taste, everybody?
Delicious, amazing.
You can find the recipe in my cookbook. There's a link below in the description box. Also, if you're interested in the I'm Good ice cream maker, we will put a link down below for that.